This is totally the same colony I was just on, and I did not restart and try to remove some mods and then ended up adding more mods because more mods came out. It is. We're starting with heavily modified main character. Basically, we're gonna start with 4 large cells. I don't know if these actually generate power. I didn't bother checking. A med pod, so I can heal, and then this thing, which I found is you can replicate matter with it. Originally, I was gonna add a bunch of research and like add a bunch more stuff, but I figured the last playthrough I got pretty dang far in and did a lot of research, so I'm not gonna add anything since this character basically never needs to sleep, barely needs to eat, and all that. They are a Methuselah, which is superhuman. Oh, there he is. This is the person who made the vanilla expanded, or at least he's the main person behind it as far as I can tell. And then Anna is part of the other mods. I can't remember her mods. She also does Rimworld comic series. Anyway, it's pretty good. I terraformed this is the same seed as before, so I terraformed a little bit again. I tried to make a cluster of nations here, so these are a union of nations with their like weird capital that's like a citadel, so it's like big temple area, and then a bunch of scattered tribes. Blue tower, red tower, because I didn't know what to do with them. Sea tower, white ocean tower. I left everything else alone besides the Emperor, because the Emperor was Castios, so it's the Castios Imperial Throne City, because that's what he did before. And then I think that's it. Oh yeah, no, I made landing site alpha for the 19th Alliance fleet, and then they made Comgo here, which I don't know. I'm allied with them though, so the Alliance is from the other one. From the Rim Effect mod. I've decided this time I'm going to be here, not on the island, and I'm going to build on the island. So with the Empire mod. Before, I did lose a ton of FPS later in the game, and I'm going to assume that's because I had like 60 pawns, and on top of that, Rim Effect. So the idea now is to not do that. Not have tons of pawns, or not let the Rim Effect, or not Rim Effect, Rimor. The Rimworld got carried away, but I'm gonna try to keep the pawns down by sending them to raid, or at least sending them to the world map. So that means we might lose a bunch of pawns, but except that not really, because I'd like to have tons of production and all that, which is what I normally do, because I keep scaling up, thinking that I can scale up indefinitely, and it doesn't work, because then it gets laggy and gets slow. Center the map's right there. This is a bigger map than I played before, so it can accommodate a lot more space, but I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to build like just in the center, mostly. I'm going to try not to go crazy and like... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. So one of the first things we need is a quarry. Get resources. This tile has a huge river that I made. I added this river here. Well, I changed the river that was here, and I added all these little rivers, so that'd be more interesting. I think I'm gonna build on the left side, and we're gonna pretend that this like whole area is bigger. Maybe. What I mean by that, I mean like these hills are on the side of the map, so like this is the map area here. And then this boreal forest is just part of the Shadow Village, which apparently is the name of the faction or capital right now, but it's a hideout, so. I realized that last game I had 60 people in a hideout, and I was a trade ship going occasionally. Tons of goods, making tons of production stuff that wasn't really necessary, so. I also have the resource outputs to be really high, so that's why there's 200 steel dropping every time you steal that thing. I don't know why. Make the game easier, even though it's no challenge anyway. Alright, that's a little silly, the amount of chips. They're leaving soon, so it's just a wee bit silly. So, I recorded a ton of this, and I realized talking over it during it is kind of dumb. And voiceovers are the thing to do, right? So I expanded the settlement, working on building a covered bridge, and I just realized that this arming for record seems to have deleted all the other voice recordings. I could get them back, but I decided not to. Mainly because it's kind of boring, and I realized that it was just me talking to myself every like 5 minutes. The rest of this is just, well, I skipped a big section of me just building this out and talking to myself about various things. The rest of this is, I think, me sorting out and trying to get at least a few pawns, and then my idea was to, at the time, just use them until they, you know, we got attacked and then they would go fight. Didn't work too well, but the basic idea is that, you know, this is a video for entertainment, so, you know, you need people for that, I guess. I don't know. Yes, it's a very cheaty playthrough, but that's kind of what Rimworld is fun to me to do now, I guess. I don't remember what I was doing here. I listened to it, and I'm just gonna fade out the video, but made some progress. I think I'm gonna just record gameplay and then maybe do a voiceover after, and that way I can actually add interesting stuff. I can like stretch and slow the video, and I'm also not gonna add the music like I did before, at least not right now, because the Mass Effect music is pretty good, the Rim Effect mod, and the base Rimworld sound is pretty good. By the way though, bye.